Thank you for watching our registering for the UCDP tutorial video. This overview is specifically for lenders that are already sell directly or indirectly to the GSEs, or for those that are considering possibly selling to the GSEs in the future. Here's the basic outline of the steps that you'll take to register for the UCDP. The first is going to be to designate a lender administrator, which we'll discuss here shortly. The next is going to be to register for your direct integration user ID. This is for those lenders that are using Mercury or any other third-party platform in order to be able to upload appraisals directly to the UCDP. Finally, refer to the Lender Admin Registration Resource Guide in order to set up your business units, manage your users, as well as manage lender agents. You can also refer directly to efanniemae.com or freddiemac.com for further instructions and forms that you might need to fill out in order to submit to the UCDP. One of the things that we've also done, and because the instructions of the GSE's websites can be confusing, we have compiled a list of all of the steps that you'll need to take in order to create your profile to register for the UCDP. This free download will give you the step-by-step instructions on how to get registered with both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac for UCDP approval. Both GSEs approved our instructional guide, which can be downloaded at www.mercuryvmp.com/UCDP registration. So what is the UCDP, and why are the GSEs now requiring that you send your appraisals through it? Well, the UCDP was developed by the GSEs at the direction of the Federal Housing Finance Agency as a delivery solution for the Uniform Mortgage Data Program, or UMDP. The UCDP is a single portal where the lenders will deliver their completed appraisal reports before the delivery date of the mortgage to the GSEs. So when is this entire process taking place? Well, as of September 1st, all mortgages requiring an appraisal that are to be sold to Fannie and Freddie are required to be sent over in the UAD format. The next deadline will be December 1st, which requires completed appraisals be sent with the UAD compliant PDF as well as the XML file. If you're unsure what an XML file is, we have made a pre-recorded video that discusses how to ensure that your appraisers or appraisal vendors are set up to deliver XML and exactly what XML is. You can visit our YouTube channel that I'll give you at the end of this class, but the final deadline that ties all of this together will be March 19th of 2012. At this time, all appraisal secured mortgages generated after December 1st and are intended to be sold to the GSEs will be required to be uploaded to the UCDP portal. While technically you have a little more time before the final deadline, if you have gotten this close to the December 1st deadline without registering, it might be wise to go ahead and get ahead of the requirements to give yourself time to work out the kinks and create a workflow that minimizes disruptions of delivery. For those lenders that sell to investors, the conversations that we've had so far with them, they're already requiring lenders to be compliant by the upcoming December 1st deadline in order to work out possible conflicts or issues that might arise. So one quick note to make, I want to identify the companies and acronyms that I'll be referring to during this course. As you know, I've talked about GSEs a couple of times, but GSE stands for government-sponsored entities such as Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Veros is the technology company that the GSEs have selected as their tech vendor for the UCDP, and a number of the email confirmations that you'll receive will come from them, so you'll probably want to put them on your safe sender list. So now that we know the deadline dates and the players, let's discuss the options of delivering appraisals through the UCDP portal. There are two access options to deliver to UCDP that lenders can use. Direct integration that allows users to upload appraisal data to the portal directly or through a vendor-provided solution such as Mercury Network, UAD Reader, and Data Courier. The other delivery option is to have your AMC submit the appraisal for you. Depending on your intended delivery method will determine the amount of registration steps that you'll need to take. If you're planning on submitting your completed appraisals directly to the UCD portal, using either the direct portal or a vendor-provided plugin like we talked about, you'll need to have your seller servicer or non-seller servicer number as well as your direct integration user ID. If you plan on having an AMC, you will only need to register and receive your seller servicer or non-seller servicer number. However, Even if you're not planning on ever uploading completed appraisals at this time, it's still wise to submit for your direct integration user ID to have it in the event that you ever start to use a management tool like Mercury or any of the other products that we make available in the future. If your organization is going to have your appraisal management company submit completed appraisals on your behalf, you'll want to have them start the registration process with the GSEs, starting with filling out the lender agent registration form available on Fannie and Freddie's website. Again, if you haven't submitted for your seller servicer or non-seller servicer number, my suggestion is to start this process almost immediately. In some cases, the GSEs are taking up to 10 to 15 to 20 days to receive approval. For those of you who have never registered with the GSEs and haven't assigned a lender admin, your first step is going to be to select a lender administrator. The lender administrator is responsible for numerous objectives that involve the authority to set up and manage the business structure within the UCD portal, including the access privileges of other users. This will be the single person that will handle all aspects that deal with UCDP between the two. To help create a smooth registration process, my suggestion is for the lender admin to download the Lender Admin Reference Guide. This is a great document that will help you answer many questions during the registration process, and the PDF also contains links that will link you directly to the portions that they discuss. There are two different registrations for UCDP, seller servicer and non-seller servicer. After choosing your lender administrator, you'll fill out either of these forms based on which kind of lender that you are. Typically, direct lenders that fund their own loans then sell to the GSEs would need to fill out the seller servicer form. Non-seller servicers are correspondents who are submitting appraisals to the UCDP for loans that they intend to close in their own names and who do not have a Fannie Mae seller servicer number. However, if you currently have a seller servicer number, but you operate as a correspondent, meaning that you sell to investors instead of directly to the GSEs, you can use your seller servicer that you already have. If your organization does subscribe to a technology application from Fannie Mae, but does not subscribe to any of their shipping and delivery technology applications, you'll need to download and complete the following forms in order to be set up as a shipping and delivery technology application user. The first one is going to be the shipping and delivery order form schedule. This will register your lender admin to the GSEs as a new user. The second one will be your shipping and delivery user registration. This is where you'll request access to the UCDP once you've established who your lender admin is going to be. You'll mail both of these forms back to technology_registration@fanniemae.com. If your organization does not subscribe to any Fannie Mae technology application, you'll need to download and complete the following forms in order to get set up as a shipping and delivery technology application user. The first one is going to be the software subscription form, which again is going to create your lender admin profile. The second one will be your shipping and delivery order form, which is going to register your lender admin as the new user. Finally, the shipping and delivery user registration to the UCDP. As with the last screen that we saw, you'll mail all of these forms to technology_registration@fanniemae.com. If you fall under the definition of the non-seller servicer category, you'll need to fill out the UCDP non-seller servicer registration forms. This can be downloaded directly from Fannie Mae's website. Then you'll send it to UCDP_setup@fanniemae.com. What will happen is this will trigger an email with further registration steps to complete your submission directly to Veros. Now, keep in mind, once you've submitted this form, it could take anywhere from a couple of hours to a couple of days to receive the confirmation and the further registration steps. Next, you'll fill out and submit the UCDP setup form. The UCDP setup form is a joint GSE form and should only be submitted once. So if you've already completed the Freddie Mac or the Fannie Mae registration steps, you can skip the next step. Otherwise, complete the form online in order to gain access to the UCDP. Completion of the form will trigger an invitation email from Veros, which contains a unique registration URL to set up your organization with UCDP. That email will be used in the final step of the registration process, and you might wait a few days to receive it. Once it's been completed, you'll then receive an authorization email from Fannie Mae to complete your UCDP self-registration. Open the email and click on the link it contains to complete the UCDP self-registration steps. On the self-registration page, you'll want to first confirm or edit the spelling of your name and complete the remaining fields to create your UCDP user ID and password. Then click Create when you've completed the required fields, then close out all of your internet browser windows. Now you'll receive a confirmation email that contains a link that you'll use to log into the UCDP. That email will also contain the UCDP user ID that you just created, so definitely save this email where you can access it again if needed. Click on the link to access the login page. Enter the UCDP user ID and the password that you just created, then click Login. You'll see the UCDP Terms and Conditions page where you'll need to click I accept in order to continue. Next, you'll be prompted to enter the 3 challenge response questions in order to be able to recover your password in the event that you either lose it or you cannot remember it. After you've returned the required registration forms, after a while, the lender admin will receive an authorization email from Fannie Mae. This email will contain information regarding your Fannie Mae user ID. Keep this email because the information it contains is important for the registration process. Once all of these steps have been satisfied, you'll now register for your direct integration user ID. The first thing that you're going to want to do is refer to your lender admin information to get the login information that you'll need. The second, the DI user is going to be set up with specific business unit, so you'll need to know the name of the business unit when filling out the request form. But here are the overall steps. Once you've established that business unit name, you're now going to enter your company name on the DI form in exactly the way that you registered for the UCDP. For your direct integration user role, choose Lender DI instead of the Lender Agent DI. But when you do, a field will appear prompting you for the business unit name. Enter the name that you noted in the step above, and then finally in the vendor name, type in Mercury Network. Click the Submit by Email button to send the form directly to the UCDP if you like, or you can also save the form to send it later, or you can click the Print Form and then print the form and mail it directly. At this point, you're all set to go. You've now established your lender admin contact, you have your seller or non-seller servicer number, and you have your direct integration user ID. If you're using one of our UCDP compliant platforms like Mercury Network, UAD Reader, or Data Courier, the first time that you choose to send a report to the UCDP, you'll be prompted to enter the authorization numbers and codes that you've signed up for, and then you're ready to go. We hope that this overall video has given you a better understanding of how to get registered to send your completed appraisals to the UCDP. However, if you have any questions, you can always access our website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get the majority of your questions answered. If you'd like to see a step-by-step breakdown of the sign-up process for your particular setup, visit us online at www.mercuryvmp.com/UCDP registration.com. There you'll be prompted to fill out just a little bit of information, and you can download our PDF with all of the information and the step-by-step tutorial to go right back to these steps that we've just covered. For questions or to schedule a personal demonstration of any of our products, call our sales and consulting department at 800-434-7260. Thank you again, and we look forward to offering you more tutorial videos regarding your workflow solutions and to help make you UMDP compliant.